She's here tonight. Please give a very warm welcome to New York City's own Ellen Karis.
All right. Hi. I just want you to know right off the bat that I've never been here before, and this theater was on my bucket list. So thank you, Paul. We're really excited. I came from New York City, that is correct. I drove here. I live on the Upper East Side. Anybody from the Upper East Side? Okay, a little contingency. So I went up the FDR Drive, over the Cross Bronx, to the Throgs Neck, all the way down the Cross Island to the LIE, because I would rather spend $50 in gas than spend $9 on congestion pricing. I'll show them. So for some of you that have moved out here and haven't gone back to the city since COVID, I just want to let you know that it's getting better. It's getting better. The city is trying to do something about the crime. I know we had a lot of looting. As a matter of fact, yesterday, the city just passed a law that said that, well, you can still loot because it's your right, but now when you loot, you have to bring your own bag. You have to bring your own bag. No taking bags or else you got to pay a quarter, okay? We got enough's enough already. Listen, you know what? I still have PTSDs from COVID because we stayed in the city. We did not come out here and enjoy freedom. It was very tough, and after a few months, I couldn't take it anymore. I called City Hall. I got the mayor on the phone. I don't know if you remember Mayor de Blasio. I got him on the phone. He's like, "Who is this?" I said, "My name is Ellen Karis. I've lived in New York City my entire life, and I am a woman of Greek descent. Let me tell you something, Malaka, okay? I haven't had a bikini wax in 5 months. You better open up those salons, and now, all right? You want to see a protest? I'll show you a protest. I'll get all my Greek, Italian, and Puerto Rican girlfriends to come down there, and we will show you terrorism like you've never seen before." Oh, God, I couldn't. And it was very tense in my house. So I'm married, by the way. Who's married? Clap if you're married. Want to get a little gauge in. That's good. Who's single? Where are the single people? Single people, if you're single people. Oh, look how happy you are. And you enjoy that peace. And so it got very tense in my house because, there were essential workers and non-essential workers, right? So, thank God for the essential workers. They were angels, right? But the non-essential workers were comedians because nobody wanted us. Nobody wanted to hire us, hear what we had to say. So I wasn't working, and my husband was like, "What are we going to do? What are we going to do?" He kept giving me side eye, the Monty, like, "What are you going to do? What are you going to do?" Here's why. Because according to my husband, I don't really need to do this. I had a whole other career before I did stand-up comedy. I went to college. I have a bachelor's degree in accounting. I have an MBA in finance. I'm a CPA. I had a big Wall Street job, but 15 years ago, I gave it up. Because this was my dream. I wanted to be an actress and a stand-up comedian, because apparently, thank you. Oh, thank you. Because apparently, I hate money. And so he feels that, I have other opportunities that I really should be pursuing. And as a matter of fact, he's very negative. And a few weeks ago, I said, this is why nothing's happening to us good, okay? Because we're not positive, we're not putting it out there. Let's do this. I staged the apartment, and I said, let's set our intentions. You know those intentions, people? They put it out in the universe. I'm like, I'll go first, okay? I'm gonna say that I want to film a stand-up comedy special at the Beacon Theater in New York City on the Upper West Side. That's my other dream, okay? That's what I want. I really want that. And my husband said, I really want for you to get a job at H&R Block is what I want, because this can't go on. This just can't go on, So the other day, he was leaving for work for his office job, and he goes, "Can I ask you something? What do you do all day? What do you do all day?" And I was appalled. I'm like, Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? I'm swamped. I'm writing. I've got writing scripts, plays. Not that you take any interest. I got a podcast. Not that you listen to it ever. You know, I got auditions I'm doing. I've got a marketing, TikTok, Instagram, everything. But threads, things I don't even know what they are, where they go, but I got to do it. But here's the truth. The truth is, he leaves for work, and I do start working, and I do start writing, right? Because my brain is always going. But what happens is, I can't spell anymore. So, did you ever look something up, and then you go up down that Google rat hole? You know, that Google, you know what the next thing you know, I'm like, is Sandy Duncan still alive? Is she okay? Oh, she is, by the way. Let me save you 45 minutes. She's living in Scottsdale, and she does community theater, just in case you were wondering. And she doesn't have a glass eye, if you remember that. That was a lie. It was a lie. I did it for publicity, but it worked. We're still talking about her. Okay. So it's just insane. So here's another thing. A lot of our comedian friends are on commercials. A lot of comedians, our friends do commercials. So we're watching TV the other night. In a row, 3 commercials in a row, comedian friends. My husband's like, I don't understand, you've been doing this for like 20 years, how come you can't get a commercial? I said, well, commercials are based on a look, and I look Greek. There are no commercials for feta cheese or democracy, so I can't. I'm sorry, again, I disappointed you. Oh my God, I'm married 14 years. 14, that's a lot of years, right? I gotta tell you, time flies while you're watching each other ferment. It's amazing what goes on. But no, my husband's a good guy. You know what he is? He's very honest. I can trust him with anything, which is important. You know, he always has my back. So that's the good news. I guess in that way I kind of won one in life. But the other news is he's a cheap bastard. And I don't know if anybody's married to a cheap bastard, but let me tell you what it's like. There's a lot of spreadsheets involved, variance analysis, we have budget meetings in the living room. Tomorrow we're going to graph the increased price of avocados since 2015 if anybody would like to come over and participate in that Snorefest. I have to submit documentations. It's like living with the IRS. I can't, it's like how much this, that, it doesn't. You could get it cheaper, why'd you buy that? He won't let me go food shopping, but because, not that I care, but it's the reason. He's like, because you don't know how to buy. You like to buy brands, you know, because I like to live on the edge. And so he buys all no name, brand no, generic, everything in our house has a white background with the name on it. He bought paper towels, but it said paper towels, but it was written in a Sharpie, so I have no idea what truck this fell off of, but, so he had a Band-Aid on the other day. He goes, look, the Band-Aid keeps coming off. I said, well, the whole box is a quarter, so it doesn't come with adhesive. Can't have everything in life, big sport. I don't know what to tell you, I'm sorry. Oh, my, he loves Groupon. Does anybody love Groupon here? Anybody love the group? No, just us. Okay, good. Again, I hit the jackpot. All right, thank you. So for, what was it? Oh, a 10-year anniversary, 10 year, because it was double digits. We're very into numbers in our house. It was double digits. So he surprised me, and we went ziplining over Comac because it was $14.95. You haven't lived till you've gone over a CVS. I'm just going to tell you right now. No rainforest for us. That's way too fancy. That's what we're doing. Oh my, this just goes on and on. You know how they say history repeats itself? Okay, when I was a little girl, I remember, specifically one time, my grandmother went shopping and she left me home with my grandfather. They lived in Fort Lee, New Jersey. So I'm in the living room watching TV, and my grandmother comes in, she's come back from shopping, she opens the door, she says, where is your grandfather? Bueno papuso. And I said, he's in the back, sleeping in the hammock, because that's how they used to take care of us back then. They used to take a nap. Nobody really watched us. You know? So she goes, shh, don't say anything, nimbis de boda. And she goes to her car, and in her car was she went to, remember the store Stearns? Do you remember Stearns? Okay. She went to Stearns. You know, you shouldn't microdose before a comedy show. You know that, right? You shouldn't. You should just a little tip. Okay, so thank you. So she comes back, so she don't say anything to your grandfather. And she bought pillows from Stern because they were on sale, right? And she's sneaking the pillows up to the attic. Up to the attic. She hid everything that she bought from my grandfather up in the attic. She had a dining room set in the attic. She hid everything. Here it is 40 years later, and I'm like hiding Amazon boxes from my husband. I'm putting them in the closet. I need an attic is what I need. If anybody has extra storage, please see me after the show. I need to hide everything. He's a nut. He's a nut. You know what I do? When I'm mad at him, I go to Whole Foods. He hates Whole Foods. Because it's a scam, because it's all organic. He says it's a scam. So, like, our chickens have to have a 4 breast minimum. Everything has to have steroids, so it would last a lot longer. It's amazing. He's crazy. Everything's a scam. If you know anybody cheap, just listen to what they say. It's a scam. I got ripped off. I got it up the tuchus. They're trying to screw me. They're always feeling like they're getting screwed. Everybody's screwing them. I'm like, not a lot of screwing around here, that's for sure. That's for I can attest to that, that's for sure. At this point, you know, we don't even do anything romantic. Once in a while we'll, like, you know, make out, I don't know, sometimes when I'm gonna pay the taxes and I gotta just distract myself, you know. But now when we kiss, I don't even take my retainer out anymore because I'm so over it. I'm done. Who cares? So, I love you all. I love you, even you. I love you too. I love you too. Oh, that's not okay. I love that. I'm gonna be hearing that in my sleep tonight. It's okay. It'll drown out my husband snoring. So actually, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So here's the deal. I had never been married before, and I had no idea that when you get married, you spend a lot of time with that person. Did anybody know that? This little tidbit that they don't tell you? Okay. Every night they're there. On the weekends, they're there. And then you're obligated to go on vacation with them. I don't know who came up with this stupid idea, but that is a stupid idea! So after a while, things start to get on your nerves, okay? Like, for example, we went out to dinner. We had a big dinner the other night, okay? We're out to dinner. My husband loves salmon. He orders it wherever we go. Wherever. Waiter comes over, he says, what would you like? And my husband says, and this is how he says it, I would like the salmon and I would like it prepared as well as the chef will allow. Every time. Breathe. So the waiter walks away. And I go, all right, first of all, you don't talk like that. You're from Hicksville, okay? And they don't speak the King's English at the Broadway Mall. You're lucky you get out of there without being knifed, okay? And also, we're at Applebee's. So, it's not even salmon, you idiot. It's pigeon, probably. I don't know what they're doing. Cost cutting. Oh my gosh. Speaking of cost, eggs are nothing's happening with the eggs, right? The eggs are still. I bought eggs. Are you ready? Don't tell my husband. He'll have a heart attack. Please. $13.49. Let me tell you something. For $13.49, I better be that egg. Should be able to shove it up me and procreate. Okay? That should be the golden egg. All right? That's how much. That's crazy. That's just crazy. But I will tell you that my husband and I did date for a long time before we got married. We dated for 10 years. Don't try this at home. I don't recommend it. We dated for 10 years, and I'll never forget when we got married. Our friends were in shock. They were like, oh my God, you're getting married, why? What happened? What happened? What transpired? What made you change your mind? And I'm gonna tell you, one day we looked at each other and we realized that we weren't gonna do any better than this. That was it. We checked every box, and that and he had health insurance. I'm not gonna lie, he had health insurance, which is what they should do with the dating websites. They should hook up people that have health insurance with people that don't have health insurance. BlueCrossMatch.com. Why is this complicated? That's crazy. That's crazy. But I will say this about my husband. He still looks amazing. He's 6'2", he's got big blue eyes, he's got a full head of hair. I tell you, he could dump me and get anybody. He's very charming, he has nice teeth. And me, I'm running from the inside. I'm not aging gracefully. I used to be cute. I used to look like Marissa Tomei. I did. Now I look like Mel Torme. It's not good. Although, I will tell you, something happened. A couple of weeks ago, we went to go visit my nephew at college at Ohio State. And so I was with my husband, my nephew, his friends, or whatever, and there was a guy, but he was like in his 20s, and he was eyeing me. And he was giving me the look. And then all of a sudden, he comes over to me, and he goes, hi. I go, hi. He goes, I'm Jared. I go, I'm Ellen. And he goes, are you pre-med? And I said, no, I'm premenopausal. Nice to meet you. And then he threw up in his mouth. But, because that disgusted him. But anyway, listen, it's fine. It's fine. I get it. You know, look, I'm not going anywhere. I think my husband's just too tired and he doesn't want to go anywhere. He did though, because things start to happen to you, right? So he had knee surgery. He had knee replacement, which was a big thing if anybody's ever gone through that. And I was very worried. It's a major surgery, and I remember. It was a few months ago, and I was so upset about the anesthesia part. That really makes me nervous. I'm a bit of a hypochondriac, so the whole medical thing makes me nervous. So anyway, he got through the surgery and everything, and I brought him home, and he was all groggy, and I'm like, honey, listen, everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna do your exercises and all that, and I'm gonna take care of you. You're gonna sit here on the couch, and I got the recliner up and everything, and I got Netflix. Everything is all set up for you, and I'm gonna make all your food, whatever you like, the meatloaf with the little potatoes, and I know that you like it. Whatever you need, you get. We gotta ice your leg every 10 minutes. We gotta ice your leg every 10 minutes, and everything, whatever you need. And then you know what I learned? I learned to put my hands on you so I can heal you. I'm gonna heal you with my hands and my love and my energy, and everything's gonna be great. You're gonna be walking, and it's gonna be so good. And then about 4 days later, I was doling out his Percocet, and I'm like, how many Percocet can I give this prick so he can shut the hell up, because I'm gonna lose my as a matter of fact, maybe I'll take the Percocet, go into a coma, and maybe this way I don't have to hear, honey this, honey that, get me this, get me that. I can't go. I'm constipated, I can't go. I can't. But it happens, you gotta start replacing body parts and all kinds of stuff. You know what? I gotta tell you what's going on with me, and this really upsets me. I had to get periodontal work. My gums are receding. I'm told that it's due to age, which by the way, nobody takes better care of their teeth than me. So, and not covered by insurance, just in case, not covered by insurance. But I don't know, it's like, $10,000 or something. I was budgeting that money for my vaginal rejuvenation, so I wasn't expecting that. It's fine. Look, I know I'm getting older, because I walk into a store and I ask to see the manager right away. They're like, why? And I go, I don't know, but in 5 minutes I'm gonna be pissed off at somebody, trust me. I will have a grievance, so just get them now, okay? I know I'm getting older because now I go on a road trip and I take more snacks than makeup. I don't care what I look like, but I need a feed bag is what I need, because I'm constantly hungry. Because all I have left is binge eating. That's it. That's all I have left. So here's another thing too. Okay, I've got an iPhone. I'm somewhat technology savvy and all that. I got to do videos and whatever, but. I'm just so over everything is on the phone. All right, so I go to Sweet Greens the other day. It's a the salad place. The girl, I think it was a girl. I'm not quite sure. She had half a head shave. I wasn't sure what was going on. 22 nose rings. She had tongue rings. I guess I'd like to have a salad, make a salad. You know, did you order it on the app? I said, no, I walked into the store. She said, well, if you order on the app, we'll know what you want. And I said, well, I know what I want. It's right in front of me. She's like, well, if you order on the app, it'll be faster. And I said, it'll be faster if you shut the hell up and start making my salad then, Chloe. Okay? Choppy, all right? And pick a lane, for God's sakes, all right? You're confusing me over here. It's causing me agita. So, my husband and I don't have any kids. We have nieces and nephews. We're Greek, so we all live next door to each other, and we're in each other's business because that's how we roll. And so the girls and boys are different, right? I got the nephews, and they're addicted to the video games. That's all they want to do is play video games. And I think it's bad. It's bad. The video games are bad. They're violent. The manufacturers need to turn this around. They need to make video games where the boys won't want to play the games anymore. Okay, like a game like Mow the Lawn, perhaps, or take out the recyclables, or pick up your underwear, or wake up before 4 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that. Or maybe, talk to me in a sentence, please. Use a sentence. Use a vowel. The girls are different. So I'll talk about my niece Sophia. Sophia's 15 years old. She's very fresh. The reason she's fresh is because my sister felt that my parents were too strict with us growing up, so she's doing the opposite. She's doing the opposite. So I'm over the other day. Sophia opens up such a mouth to my sister. And my sister goes, Sophia, if you don't stop being fresh to me, I'm going to take away your iPhone 16 Pro Max and give you a flip phone. I said, how about we get her a wall phone and beat her with it? How about we do that? How about we get that? The yellow one hurt more than the black one. I don't know why. So, they're very spoiled, the kids, and what part of the problem? They register for gifts for Christmas. Do you believe this? Register like a bridal shower. So, last Christmas, we're over, whatever, Sophia opens up all her gifts to the ceiling. She gets up, she's pissed, she goes inside, she slams the door. I walk in, I go, Sophia, what's the matter? She goes, I didn't get an Hermes bracelet, and I wanted an Hermes bracelet. I said, honey, you want an Hermes bracelet? You have to earn it. You have to find an old married man to sleep with like your aunt did, okay? Do I have to teach you everything? Do I have to teach you everything? All right. One more thing about her that really made me crazy. When school was out, she didn't go to school, with COVID, right? When they finally went back for the second week, she wouldn't go to school. My sister calls me up, she goes, Sophia won't go to school. I go inside, I go up to the house, I go in to her room, she's taking pictures, selfies, I go, Sophia, what's going on? Mommy said you don't want to go to school. She's like, well, first of all, Mommy yelled at me and that really triggered me. And anyway, I don't want to wear these pants. I want to wear my white pants, but Mommy didn't wash my white pants and everything. And I don't really like the way that I looked. And then Mommy said that my belly button was sticking out, and I told her that everybody's wearing the shirts this way and everything. And anyway, look, I have a pimple. And I told Mommy to take me to drink pouches, and she never listens to me and everything. And I have a pimple, and I'm not going to go to school with this pimple because I feel really ugly. I cannot do it. I said, you don't want to go to school because you got a pimple? You got a pimple? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what I looked like when I was your age, okay? Let me tell you what I was looking like, all right? I went to school with a unibrow and a mustache. And there was no laser hair removal back in the day. I had grandma's rusty tweezers. I'm lucky I didn't get hepatitis C, okay? I'm happy I have a liver. And from my mustache, I used a bleach called Jolene. Jolene was a bleach, and a bleach, whatever it was, orange. I went to school with a unibrow and a mustache that looked like Donald Trump's hair, so go to school. You guys have been amazing. My name is Ed.